Hi, this is Bobby Grubb with Grubb Mud Concrete. Today we're working out in Plainfield, Indiana, where we're pouring a little 4-yard patio. As you can see, we're putting in these form liners. They're pretty easy to put on. You just put some screws on the back of them, and you can get these at your local concrete supply house. Sometimes you can get them and they'll rent them to you, but if not, you can buy a set for relatively cheap, and they make the edge of your concrete look so much prettier when you stamp the borders. You just form it up like you normally would, and these things bend and make a great radius, as you can see right there. And then you just put your screw in, and you got to back it off and then put it in again just like you would on anything. Okay, we're on pour day. First thing you need to do is put your plastic up and make sure everything's 100% ready. Get your rebar set and ready. And there's mud. Whoops, false alarm. Well, there's our truck. Now it's really time to work. You see everybody getting into work mode right here, because usually concrete's usually a little bit late. So I had to get on my boots, we flip down the chute, and usually talk to the driver, have him spin it up real fast. As you see, we're using Cash Concrete out of Greencastle, Indiana. Their mud is always really good and it turns really white. It was either wheelbarrow it or use the Georgia buggy. You can't get a good angle on it, so you just bring it in and dump it and kind of drag it to where you need it. It's either that or spend $1,000 on a pump. And Georgia buggies are a lot cheaper, and you can haul about a half a yard in one of those. So he dumps it and just goes get another one as fast as he can. We got it all full floated off, and he's hitting the edges with the float and getting those exactly right. You cut that joint there and then broom it like that. And then you broom all of it, and then you just stamp it with your little skins. You actually don't even use an edger. That joint, the stamp, and your edge liner is your edge. So it turns out really pretty. It looks like a stone that somebody prefabbed and put it around a patio. I mean, look at that. Those things are definitely worth using. It's all broomed. And here's the next day. Country is cutting the joints with our soft cut saw. It's either that or hand tool them, but you get such a better finish when you saw cut, and the lines aren't so deep and wide. You just have to stay right on your line just like that. You always cut it off a corner, and there he is cutting it all the way up the corner, and then you got to split the difference and make one more cut, because you don't want anything bigger than 10-foot section. You got to get all the dust out. I swept it first, and now here he is spraying it, getting down in the joint and spraying it out. Alright, here we are the next day, and we're permateaking it. I used a big brush on top, and there they are doing the sides. It's pretty simple. If you get any on your other concrete, you can just use clean water and a other brush. And you gotta let it dry. We did 2 coats because they wanted gray borders. It'll whiten up as it dries. There's one of the neighbors looking at it, and here I am sealing it. See how I put that carpet there because I didn't want this sealer to get on any of the other. Then you got to backfill. Just be careful not to get any dirt on it. If you do, you can take a paintbrush and brush it right off real quick, and it won't be a big deal. Look how pretty that looks. It's definitely worth using them. The neighbor was shocked how well it looked. I mean, you can do a regular patio or you can do something like that for relatively the same price. I mean, it just looks so pretty. I appreciate you watching as always. And if you would, hit that subscribe button.